What's the weirdest thing you've seen a kid do in school? I had a super weird kid in class. Every time the teacher would go to the bathroom, he would go on top of his desk and just start twerking. Turns out the teacher was also smoking when she went to the bathroom. I don't blame her though. I went to a middle school for gifted kids. My husband insists it was actually Dwight's X-Men school. We did a lot of weird things. One year we all pretended to be Star Trek characters. Like in a 247 LARP. We made our teachers call us by our Star Trek names, and some of us started wearing costumes to school. We all got communicator badges. We lived in character at school and at home the entire year. Anyone who called my house looking for me had to ask my parents. For 7 of 9 tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01. Looking back, sometimes I wonder if we were actually gifted or were instead all on the other end of the IQ bell curve, and they all just lied to us for years. I taught for a few years in South Korea. I had one student who was about 5 and didn't know any English at all except for the word justice, and he also knew what it meant. So, all day he would sit in English class and not say a goddamn word. But whenever another child was being punished by a teacher, he would jump out of his seat, run at the teacher with his arm raised a la Superman, and yell justice. I have never laughed so hard in my life. Masturbated in class. A few years ago, after French class, some dude proposed to the teacher. For the record, she rejected him. Poop in the teacher's bag. Some kid snorted an Altoid. Catch bees and put them in a Coke bottle, then released them in class. Tore a pencil sharpener off the wall and ate the shavings. Same guy, different day. We grew up together, never knew what he was going to do. Edit. He joined the Navy after high school. After that, I don't know what happened to him except that he wanted to be a minister to prison inmates. At my middle school, someone decided to get a little attention with a good old-fashioned bomb threat. Except they thought that a bomb threat meant literally writing bomb threat somewhere. Worse yet, they misspelled the fuck out of it and wrote boom there. So we had to go on a brief, very awkward lockdown while the police checked the perimeter for booms. I once watched a guy say to his friends, "I wonder how hard I'd have to get hit in the face to break my nose. Time to find out." And then he ran full speed face first into a metal column, broke his nose, and laughed like a maniac while bleeding profusely. A kid that was smoking already in primary, or a kid that was kissing other kids forcefully on the playground. I can't pick. Less weird and more just being a little shit. In 7th grade, I walked into the bathroom room to a kid singing "I'm pissing in the sink" in a Singing in the Rain manner. He sprayed piss all over the sink and mirror. A kid was applying a stick and poke tattoo in my English class. There was a kid in 5th grade who colored his teeth black with a Sharpie. He was really embarrassed afterwards. I once saw a kid try to lick the classroom window like it was a challenge. No idea why, but it was pretty funny. When peeing, pull their pants all the way down. In primary, 1st, or elementary school, deodoning on H-wear or from everyone had a boy in their class who pulled their pants all the way down when peeing. It was weird as F. Cartman kid. Looking back, something was probably wrong with him, but we had this kid in class when I was in the 7th grade who wouldn't stop acting like a Cartman. He kept saying "Kyle, you dirty Jew," even though we had no Kyles in class and no Jewish kids in class. He would do other South Park quotes. He would act like an ass and generally be annoying. He also said "you killed Kenny" a lot even though we had no Kenny in class, and that wasn't even Cartman's line. In my school, I once saw a kid take out a ruler, carefully measure the air in front of him, and then start arguing with another kid about whether the space he was measuring belonged to him or not. He got so serious about it that he even tried to mark his territory with a pen on the desk, saying it was private property. The teacher had to step in because the argument was getting out of control. Coke. Seriously. Had a kid come to school with an 11-inch machete after another kid got stabbed through the mouth with a pencil. My school was great.